Hi everyone, welcome back to another exciting tutorial. I'm Judy. At the end of this tutorial, you're going to learn to create a very sleek and simple personal portfolio website using React.js. You're going to be building a very beautiful portfolio website. So let me walk you through what we're going to do. First off, we're starting with the header. We have the name of the header of the portfolio, we have the links, and we have a button that says hire me. And in the hero section, we have this text here displaying that this person is a professional full stack developer. So this is an image of the person. You can replace it with yours. We have two buttons to hire me and view my projects, and we have this as well, the section that's showing that this person has 3 years of experience, over 1,000 projects completed, over 800 satisfied clients. And then next thing you're going to see is the work section. So this is the header, explore my recent work, and we have this amazing display of works here. These are like personal projects. So if you are using this tutorial to build your personal portfolio website, you can just use the system as well, display one of your best works. Okay. Next is the tools section. These are the tools, my work tools. Okay, so this is a marquee slider. All right, so it's sliding in left and right, and it's displaying the tools that this person uses. Next thing is the contact section. This is a very simple, sleek looking contact section. So if you're building yours as well, you can have this kind of contact section. And then this is a very basic footer. So basically, this is what we're going to learn to build in this website. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so we're building a VS Code. You're going to have to open your terminal. On your terminal, you change directory to desktop. I have a folder where I create all of my React app on YouTube. So I named the folder YouTube project. So I'm going to change directory to that folder. And now I can create my project. This is a personal portfolio. So the name is just going to be personal portfolio. And it has my queue slider. So you need to be connected to the internet to run this command. So now you're going to change directory to personal portfolio, the name of the website, the name of the React app. And then you're going to run this command, npm install. Okay, after you're done with the installation, you go to file, click on open folder, and then click on desktop. Because we changed directory to desktop, I created mine in this folder, YouTube project, and the name of the website is personal portfolio marquee. Select the folder and open it in VS Code. So once you open, then you can now start cleanups. First off, I don't need this app.css, so I'm going to delete it. And then I'm going to clean up my app.jsx as well. Control A, delete. I'm going to be using the shortcut RAFCE to create a functional React app. Okay, to use this shortcut, you need to have this extension. You need to have ES7 React extension to use that shortcut. So you should install it. I have installed mine. So now I'll open my Explorer, my index.css as well. I'm going to clean it up. And then for my entire document, I'm going to set the margin to 0, the padding to 0. Okay, and for index.html, I'm going to change the title of this project to direct portfolio. Okay. Alright, to test if our app is working, we need to run it on our local browser. So you open your terminal and you run this command, npm run dev. So this is going to display the link to the local host. Just click on follow link, and then we have our app working right here. Okay, since our app is working, we can now continue. So I'm going to start by creating components, and then our app.jsx is going to act as the container for all other components. So this is where we're going to mount every other component in our app.jsx basically. So before that, we need to install some dependencies for the functionality of this project. Let me show you what I mean. Right here in the projects that we're trying to do, we have icons here. React icon is a dependency. It's a third-party library that provides a comprehensive set of popular icons for use in React applications. So we're going to need to install React icon. And as you can see, this is sliding from left to right. This is a MAQ slider. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I call it MAQ slider. So we also need to install React MAQ. So first, we need to install React icon. So I have already installed it before. That is why the link is showing. And we also need to install React MAQ slider. So now once you're right here, all you need to do is to copy the installation code, and then you head back to your codes in your terminal, select whichever one, and then you're going to paste what you just installed. So I've pasted the installation code and it's going to install. Next is for the MAQ slider. We're using fast MAQ, not just MAQ slider. So here, click on it, copy the installation code, and then you're just going to paste it. So this will start installing now. So this is already installing. While all of this is installing, we can now create, no, not on the port, on the terminal. Okay, we can now create our components. So in our SRC folder, I'm going to click on folder and I'm going to create components. So in my component, I'm going to create several other components like the navigation component, the hero components, and footer and every other component that is necessary. So I'm going to create in my components folder, I'm going to create navbar folder. In my component folder as well, make sure you're clicked on component folder. I'm going to create another new folder and I'm going to name it the hero components. In the component as well. Come on, what did I click on? Okay, new folder. So I'm going to create the work folder. I'm going to create the skills folder. I'm going to create the contact folder. And I'm also going to create the footer folder. Basically, this is all the components that we're going to need. So for each of the folder, we're going to create a JSX and CSS file for each of them. So new file, this is going to take contact.jsx. I'll use RFC to create shortcut to create functional React app. Create another new file. I'm going to name it contact.css. Okay, so I'm going to do that for each of these. For footer, hero, navbar, skills, and work, I'm going to create a JSX and CSS file for each of them. I'm going to pause this video right now to do that so it won't waste too much of our time. So I'm done with that. I'm done with creating. Alright, let's see if our installation. Okay, these are successfully installed, and these also are successfully installed. So I can just close this, and then we're back. Now, the first thing we need to do here in our index of CSS, let me close all of this, is the background color. We need to change the background color. And if you notice, there's a certain padding that everything follows, such that everything here is on the same line, right? So let's do that in our index of CSS. So for the entire body, I'm going to set the background color to this color code. The text color is going to be white, and then padding inline is going to take 80 pixels. So we also need images. So I'm going to copy all of the images here. This is the image that we're going to be using, and I'm going to paste it in our asset folder. Replace, let's see. So I'm going to close the asset folder, and then I can now start with work. So I'm going to open the navbar folder. So for our navbar file, navbar.jsx, first off, I'll start by creating a div tag with the class name of navbar. So we're going to have 3 div tags for the logo, we're going to have for the links, and we're going to have for the button. So at the logo section, We're going to have an H2 tag, and it's just going to be the name of the portfolio owner. And to the links, we're going to have a list tag, and we're going to need 4 list items. So the first list item is going to take home. The second list item is going to take projects. The third is going to take services, or better still, skills. And the last one is going to take contacts. And for the button section, we're going to have the button tag, which is going to say hire me. So this is our navbar. And then in our app.js, I'm going to mount the navbar. So here, we're going to mount our navbar, and you should see this on your screen. Okay, next thing we need to do now is to style it. So it's going to look like this. So in index.css, for all the list items, we don't want any list type. So list type will be set to none. Now back to our navbar. I'm going to open navbar.css. But before styling, we need to import our CSS file into our JSX file. So this is navbar.css. And then I can now start with styling. So I'm going to copy this and paste it in the navbar. Okay. Display, I'm going to set it to flex. Justify content, space between, I want space between each of the div tag. And then padding is going to take 25 pixels. Now the next thing we need to style here is these links. So for navbar, the links in navbar, for the links, display is going to be flex. And then the gap between each list item. So this is supposed to be the links, the on other lists. Okay, so for navbar and for links, for each of the list item, we're going to set the font size to 18 pixels and the font weight to 600. And for the button, the padding is going to take 0.8 rem for the height and 2.6 rem for the width. Border is going to be none. The background color for this button is going to take this color code. And the text color of the button will be white. Border radius will take 5 pixels. Okay, so this is what we have. This is looking exactly like what we're trying to build. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is this hero section. For our hero section, we have the top and the bottom. The top section has 2 other sections, 2 subsections, which is the left and the right section. The left section is displaying this, while the right section is only displaying the image. And for the bottom section, we have this container right here. So let's get to that. I'm going to close my CSS and JSX file for the navbar, and I'm going to open the JSX file for our hero section. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to create a class name for hero. I said earlier that we have the top and the bottom, so I'm creating 2 div tags for hero top and hero bottom. So in the top section, we have 2 subsections, which is the left and right. So we're going to have hero left and also hero right. So in our left section, I'm going to have an H2 tag that is going to display the name of the owner of the portfolio website. I'm going to paste this here, and then I'm going to use an H1 tag right here, and this is going to take professional full stack developer, and then we're going to have a P tag, and then it's going to display this as well. Okay, so we have 2 buttons here, so I'm going to create a div tag for that as well. So this is going to be .hero buttons. So we're going to have 2 button tags. The first button says hire me, while the second button same view my project. Now that we're done with the left section, we're going to start with the right section. So the right section is going to have an image. I'm going to create a div tag. Now I'm just going to go directly for the image. So the image we're going to be using is in our asset folder, and this is the image. Okay, so in my hero.js, I need to import the image. I'm giving it a name of hero image from my asset folder. The name of the image is home.jpg. So this is the name that I gave the image, and this is the name of the image actually. Let me just close this. So you're going to close this. Oh, sorry. Trying to close this. Okay. I copied this image right here. So here you're going to have curly braces and paste the name of the image, home image, hero image, sorry, hero image. Okay, now to the bottom section, we're going to have 3 div tags for the information, hero info times 3. So the first one is going to have an H1 tag, and here we're going to have 3 plus years of experience. So the years of experience is going to be the P tag, and here we're going to display years of experience. And then for the hero info, we're going to have another H1 tag, and this is going to show that we've worked on over 1,000 projects. So here it's going to take projects completed, and for the third div, we're going to have an H1 tag as well, and this is over 800 plus satisfied clients. So for Peter, we're going to have satisfied clients. Okay, so now that we're done with our hero section, we can now mount it in our app.js. So here we're going to mount our hero section, and now this is what we have. Okay, so we need to style it so that it can look exactly like this. So let us style. I'm going to open my hero.css, but before that, I need to import my CSS file into my JSX file, hero.css. So we're going to be starting with the hero, the main container itself, which is the hero. And here I'm going to have hero. I'm going to set the height of the hero to 80 VH, and then padding is going to be 25 pixels. Now for hero top, display is going to be flexed with a gap of 10 pixels. Justify content space between. Now for the top section, we have hero left. The max width of this is going to take 50%, and the margin top is going to be 100 pixels. We have an H2 tag, an H2 and an H1 tag. So for hero left, the H2 tag, the font size, I'm going to set it to 35 pixels. For the H1, I'm also going to set the font size of this to 60 pixels. And then right here, I want to show you something. So this is what we have. But here we have this full stack has another column. So in our code, the full stack is going to have a span tag so that we can style this full stack. I'm going to cut this and paste it in between the span. So for hero left, the H1 tag, we want to style the span tag. I'm going to set the color to this color code. Now we also have a P tag in the hero left. So margin top of that is going to take 15 pixels, and the font size will be 20 pixels. The color is going to take, color is going to take this color code. Now to the right section, hero right. Max width of this is also going to be 50%. Now for the right, we have image. So hero right image. I'm going to set the width to 620 pixels and the height is going to take 480 pixels. Object fit is going to contain. Now we have buttons basically in the left as well. So let's see, what do we have the buttons? We have the buttons in the left section. So for hero left, buttons, display, now the button class name, the button container. So it will be dot button. Display is going to be flex. Gap between both buttons should be 10 pixels. And the margin top is going to take 20 pixels. Now to style each of the button, hero left, dot button, and the button tag itself. Border will be set to none. Background color is going to take this color code to 8A. The text color is going to be white. Padding is going to take 1 rand by 2.1 rand. And the border radius is going to take 5 pixels. Now let me copy this and then let me explain what I'm about to say. So for the second button, actually, we're having the background as transparent. Okay. So here to style the second button, we're going to be using the end child property. So background is going to take transparent, and then the border is going to be 1 pixel solid with this color code. It's going to take 10 pixels. Padding will be 25 pixels. The width is going to take 80% of our screen. Margin left is going to take 6 rem. Background is going to take this color code 2323. And then border radius is going to take 10 pixels. Now we have this info container as well. So for hero info, the H1 tag in that. Oh, come on. The font size is going to take 45 pixels. And text will be at the center. Now for the P tag, for our hero info, the font size is going to be 18 pixels. So this is what we have now. Next thing is the work section. So I'm going to close the CSS and JSX file for the hero section, and I'm going to open for the work section. So right here in the work, I'm going to create a div tag for a class name of work lists. We're going to have an header, h2 tag for the class name of work header, and this is going to take explore my recent works. Okay, let me close this explore section. But before any other thing, before that, let me just create a div tag with the class name of the work container. So the work container is where we're going to have this. Okay, so this is where we're going to have all the major work display, the work content. So if we take a look at this, we have the title, we have icons, and we have image. Okay, so before we start with the work container, we need to create an array of objects that is going to store all the contents that we're going to need. Okay, so here const work array of objects. So the first one we're going to have is an image. We need to import all the images that we want to display, sample 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm just going to import the second image from our asset folder. Okay, and the name is sample1.jpeg. Right, so I'm just going to copy this and paste it 4 times. And then here, this is going to be the first image, this is going to be the third image, and this is going to be the fourth image. And this is going to be sample 2, sample 2, this is going to be sample 3, this is going to be sample 4. Okay, so for this image, the first one is going to take the first image, and then we're going to have the title, which is responsive e-commerce or websites, e-commerce websites. Also, we're going to have a GitHub link, so I'm just going to give you GitHub, and here is going to take an hashtag of GitHub. You can replace this with your own GitHub link. Okay, and here for the live link as well, just going to have an hashtag of link. Okay, so actually I have created this array of objects before, so not to waste our time, I'm just going to paste it. So right here, I'm going to have a comma and I'm going to paste it. Okay, so this is it. This is the first, the second, the third, and the fourth one. Now in our work container, that is where we're going to display everything. So we're going to map over the array of objects that we just created for works. So works.map, and then here mock, work, and index. Okay, so another function, we're going to have a div tag for work. Let me just do this. Div, close the div. Okay, so inside this div tag, I'm going to pass the key, which will serve as our unique identifier, and we're identifying each with the index, and I'm giving it the class name of work. So here in the work, we're going to have another div tag for work contents. So in our work contents, we're going to have an h2 tag, and here we need the work title. So here it's going to be work.title, and then we're going to have another div tag for work link. So here we need 2 links. So this is going to take work.github. The first link is taking the GitHub link, and the second link is going to take the live link. So this is going to be link. After this div tag, we're going to have, after work content, we're going to have the work image. So work image. And in this div tag, we're going to have our image tag, and we're going to replace this with work.image. So in our app.gss, I'm going to mount the work components. So right here, we have everything displayed. So we just need to style it so that it can look like this. So I'm going to open the Explorer and then open my work.css. Before anything, remember that we need to import our CSS file into our GSX file. Now I'm going to start with work list. So the margin top is going to take 150 pixels. So for our work header, copy this and paste it here. I don't know why this keeps doing this, but oh, come on. The text is going to be in the center, and the margin top is going to take 30 pixels. The font size is going to be 45 pixels. Now we have the work container. For the work container, display is going to be grid template column, repeat to for action, align items at the center. Overflow on the y-axis is going to be auto, and then padding is going to take 20 pixels. So for work itself, background color is going to take this color code 23, 23, 24. Display is going to be flex direction column, border radius of 5 pixels with a margin of 10 pixels. Max width is going to take 90%, and the height is going to be 500 pixels. Overflow here will be hidden. Padding will take 10 pixels. So this is what we have now. Okay, so for the work, we made a very silly mistake. I made a very silly mistake. It is supposed to be, the link is supposed to be displayed as an icon. So here, I'm going to just look for GitHub. Because we have installed React icon, React is going to give us a list of icons that we can choose from. So we can select whichever one we prefer. I'm going to be using this one. And for the second one, we need the link icon. So I'm just going to type in link, and React is going to suggest a link or like list of icons that I can choose from. Okay, I'm going to be using the second one, and that is it. So we can continue with our styling. Okay, so after work, we're going to have the work contents. Okay, I'm going to paste it here. So for work content, display is going to be flex. Justify content, space between, and then padding is going to take 20 pixels. So in our work content, we have an H2 tag for the title. So for work content, H2, margin is going to take this. So font size is going to take 28 pixels. And then we have the work link. So for the work link, display is going to be flex. And the gap between the two icons that are replacing the work link is going to be 20 pixels. And for the link itself, work link For each of the link, the font size is going to be 34 pixels, and the color is going to take this color code. Okay, what next? Okay, so we have the work image. So for work image, overflow is going to be hidden. Then we need to style the image tag, the image itself. So I'm going to set the width to 100%. The height will also take 100%. Object fit is going to be cover. And then border radius is going to be 10 pixels. So this is what we have, and it's looking exactly like what we're trying to build, right? Okay, so what next? Next thing is for these skills and the work tools. So I'm going to close the CSS and GSS file for work. I'm going to open the CSS and GSS file for skills. And then I'm going to just delete this, press enter, create a div tag and give the class name of skills. We're going to have an H for my work tools. This is going to serve as the header. And then I'm going to have another div tag for a class name of skills container. So in the skills container, that's where we're going to have our MAQ direction. First of all, we need to import all of the images, right? So we're going to import Figma. Oh, sorry. What is this? Okay. Import Figma from // our asset folder. And for the Figma, we have figma.svg. So what I'm going to do here is very simple. To save time, copy this, paste it, paste, okay. So I'm going to select this one here with this second one. So I'll use Ctrl D. You just press it twice so I can change it. So this is going to be CSS. Now for this as well, Ctrl D. This is going to be HTML5. Ctrl D. This is going to be JavaScript. Ctrl D. This is going to be MongoDB. Right? Ctrl D again. This is going to take Node.js. Ctrl D. This is going to take React. Okay. Ctrl D. This is going to take, which other icon do we have? Okay, Tailwind, CSS, and here we're going to have Visual Studio. Okay, so this React is going to be React.js. That is the icon that we're using. Alright, so we can now continue. Remember that we're using MAQs right? So I'm going to have the MAQ tag. Okay, before that we need to import MAQ from React MAQ. So here, import MAQ from React Fast MAQ. And then here you're going to use the MAQ tag. Then I'm going to close it. Okay, so this is where our skills image will be. So I'm creating a div tag. I'll give you a class of skills images. Okay, so for the first one, the direction is right. So I'm setting the direction to right. That means we should move from left to right. The speed is going to take 150, and delay should be 5 seconds. So just 5. This is for the first one, and here we're going to have 5 images. So I'm just going to do this. Okay, Ctrl Z to the problem. Okay, right here. Okay, so this is for the first one. I'm just going to replace this with a square curly braces. So I want to select everything. I use Control Alt, then the down arrow, delete this, and everything is going to have curly braces. So for the first one, it's going to take Figma. The second one is going to take Tailwind CSS. The third one is going to take HTML5. The fourth is going to take CSS. And the last one is going to take PHP. So I'm going to copy this and then paste it here because we have two sliders, right? The second one is sliding to the left. It will maintain the same speed and the same delay, but we have to change the content here. This is going to take Node.js. This other one is going to take MongoDB. This one here is going to take JavaScript. This one here is going to take React. And this one is going to take Visual Studio. Okay, so this is what we have right here. Now we need to mount this in our app.jsx. So skills component. So this is what we have right now. So we just need to style it a little bit. We just need to style this. Now we're going to open our CSS file. Before that, we need to import our CSS into our DSS. Skills.css. And I'm going to start with this skills itself. Ctrl Z, sorry. So for skills, display will be grid, place item, center. Padding is going to be 40 pixels, and then margin top will be 4 rem. Now for the H2 tag in skills, font size is going to take 38 pixels. Now for the skills container, which is the next thing here, skills container, padding is going to take 20 pixels. Display is going to be grid as well. And I want all the item, this item, in the center as well. Alright, so I'm just going to give this, I'm going to add 2 to this so that we can differentiate this from this. Okay, so this is the first one. So for this first one, display is flex, obviously, and the gap is going to take 2 rem. And for the images, each of the image, the width is going to take 12 rem. Now for the second one, the margin top is going to be 2 rem. Display is going to be flex, and then gap is going to be 2 rem. Now for the image, width here is going to take 10 rem. So let's see, and this is what we have, looking all good and okay. And then the next thing is our contact and the footer. So for the footer, I have, for the contacts and the footer, you should just go to my GitHub page. The code is right there. This is my GitHub. Do well to follow me. It's really 18 is my GitHub. So let me cancel this. And then you should just look for, if you type Marquee, you're going to see this portfolio website with Marquee slider. All of the code are made public. So click on SRC, and on SRC click on components. On components, we need the footer. So you can just copy the raw file and then head back to your code, Ctrl A and Ctrl V. This is it. It's so easy. So the CSS as well, do the same thing. Just copy the, go to contact.css, And then after that, you're going to mount the components in app.tsx, right? Guys, do not forget to subscribe. Also, do not forget to follow me. Do the same for footer. It's a very basic footer. Copy this, open footer folder, paste it here, and then for the CSS as well, copy and then paste it as well. Now here you need to head to the app.csx footer, and then you have your code complete, looking all good and nice. So this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, and also do not forget to follow my page on GitHub. Also, do not forget to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much.